Following on from this notion of giant creatures, we've got another question from just another JT asking, what animal are those big ribs from in Abe's Oddyssee's opening cutscene?
Well, I passed you before this call, right? We noticed that question, and I passed you some images that were from the idea. So the idea was at Rupture Farms was there was always many creatures there that we didn't get to see. Now, part of that's just because it was a game, right? It was like there was divisions of different types of animals, some that would be more domesticated like farm life and others that were wild creatures being collected. But it's a game, and we can only have so many characters, and every character takes a certain amount of time, blah, blah, blah. But for the world, the idea was there's many more there. And I don't know if we can put in some of the ones I passed over earlier. Yep. Do you have the one where Abe's laying on being the midwife to the creature giving birth? So it was like a cow-like creature that we didn't get into the full production design of, but we were mapping it out for the storyboards for the idea of the motion picture. Raymond Swanlin was doing stuff.
Yeah, we got it there.
Yeah. So these were closer to what we were thinking was those ribs going down the lines. And they were a cow-like creature. And they were going to have six legs. And in these paintings, we didn't have time to work out the anatomy of that. So we were just trying to communicate an idea. And we've talked about Abe being a midwife. And so this was just one of those moments where you saw how Abe, living in a factory farm, was still actually growing these really intimate connections with the animals. And that was part of what was making him unique. He had this chance to sort of not become desensitized, but become extra sensitized and sensitive to the creatures. And I had one other shot that I think I'll drive in here, which was more of the hardship of this, if I can find it, where when Abe he would build these relationships, and then when they went to slaughter, that's where he was really turning a blind eye because he couldn't deal with that. So he lived in degrees of denial to get through the day, but he loved working with the animals. And there was one shot, I'm trying to find it right now. Oh, here it is. I'm going to drop this in the chat. And then this one shot kind of summarized, he built a relationship, but then it's changing. And so in the processing division, Abe never wanted to go there. It was just something it was a conflict of his life, right? Mm-hmm. On the one hand, he's building these super strong connections. And on the other hand, they just become an ear tag number that's remembered that hangs in his cell. You've showed that image, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a picture of that. Yeah, we've shown that in past episodes, but yeah, we'll dig it out and we'll share it again.
Okay, great.
Did these cow-like creatures have a name? Did you come up with a name for them?
We did not. I think we were referring to them, as the sows.
Right. Okay.
But that was like we needed a word to track them.